Na 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 Pacman!
Isn't it supposed to be Batman?
Yeah, I guess it is. Oh well, who cares? Hi everyone! Today we're reviewing an arcade video game mini. It's called Pacman, and the series is called
My Arcade. Not to confuse it with Mini Arcade Classic, which is another series that we reviewed previously when we reviewed our game Frogger.
We were looking for Pacman when we went back to Walmart where Frogger came from, and they had Miss Pacman, they had every other game in their series, like Joust and whatever, but they did not have Pacman, even though online they said it was in store. In our store, they lied. Sometimes online, Walmart lies. Probably not intentionally, but you know. So we looked, that was in the toy section, so then Aunt Tabitha suggested we go to the gaming section, where the video games are, and we did, and they had this one there with this series, and it's thicker than Frogger. It's like a thicker kind of game itself. When we get to that part, I will compare and show the two. But if you guys are new, do subscribe, check out our spooky playlists. I'm Morticia. The other voice is
Gomez.
And we are reviewing Pacman for you guys because it has ghosts in it, and we're a spooky channel. So if you're new, check out our spooky playlists. And I love the ghosts in Pacman because I'm always like, when the ghosts have the weird pointed thing on top, or the sheet is doing this weird tail, to me that's not a real ghost. And I love the Pacman ghosts because they're real ghosts. They have the sheet with the little points around the edge, and and the eye holes. Like back in the day when your mom didn't want to buy you a Halloween costume, she would just go, use a sheet and cut eye holes in it. And you're like, no, but Mom. Anyway, I don't think I ever had to do that, but that's all good. But yeah, I just like the way the Pacman ghosts look. Blinky's my fave. I have a wind-up of Blinky. This is the box.
It has even a bit of Pacman game history. It says, collect all the packed dots and fruits, but watch out for ghosts. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde are out to get one of gaming's most iconic character, Pacman. Originally released in 1980, Pacman is often regarded as one of the most famous arcade games and is still a staple in arcades across the world.
How interesting is that? It's very interesting. I knew he was 80s, but I didn't know 1980. And I think that game was actually created in Japan first.
Yes.
I looked on Wikipedia because I do that. So that's really interesting. And then they brought it to the US. And Pacman is supposed to look like a slice of pizza with a bite out of it. Does it make you want pizza? Or does it make you want to play Pacman?
A little bit of both.
Yummy.
So, the controls are easy to figure out. The on and off button is not immediately pressed. You have to hold it for a second, and then you see the red light that signals the arrival on the screen of this lovely menu that says Pacman and Start, just like the old-fashioned style in the arcade that we're used to. The start and reset buttons are on this panel. The start is to the right, the reset is to the left. The joystick has a few buttons of its own, and sometimes it pays off to use them instead of the joystick itself, because the joystick creates jerky movements, and in Pacman to succeed in gameplay we need to have fluid continuous motion, so the buttons help with that sometimes, to my mind. And here we have a demo screen that shows up on the game. It shows you how to play and sometimes how not to play, because you get eaten really fast. Sometimes I'm better than the demo version because I managed to pass 2 levels already and I just started. Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're Pacman.
Pacman. And now, without further ado, here I'm pressing the start button.
Like Frogger from the other series, it has the cool music too, like the original sounding music. There it goes.
Here is the slice of pizza we're talking about. And interestingly enough, it responds really well to the commands the joystick does, but you might want to press the different turning buttons in advance to turn the joystick because if you do it right on time, it probably won't respond and you will get eaten. Happened to me a lot, so I know. And of course, once you get those little flashing dots over there, you get stronger. I didn't get to that point, regrettably, but that's why we have 3 lives to go with. The cherry on the right side of the screen symbolizes the bonus points you can get. It allows you to get closer to the high score.
Now, I want to comment that when we first got the game, it didn't seem to be working. We couldn't make the screen change, and it was because you have to peel this thing off the screen. And we know that. It's just that the thing that you're supposed to peel off isn't just a little plastic film. It's a very thick kind of vinyl sticker. So it's very difficult to get off. It doesn't look obviously like that's the issue, so that took a minute. And I didn't feel very bright, but I'm always the one who peels stuff off the screen, and I always know that you're supposed to, and it just looked different. It was a very sticky sticker, and it was difficult to get off. I kind of thought, I hope I'm not messing up the screen, and I hope this isn't not what the problem is, and I don't want to peel the bloody screen off. I mean, that's how hard it was. And then when I peeled it off, it was like, again, a very thick, high-quality kind of vinyl-looking sticker. So that was interesting. Beware of that in the beginning, and don't fear that your game isn't working. I was like, how complex can this be? Come on.
And I think beware of the other surprising factor for me was that there is a monochrome game, and then the colors that you know and love are of course absent, and then you get a different kind of game. It's hard to even tell those lovely ghosts.
That was from the video classics that
yes.
Frogger came from, not this one, but I hope this one doesn't have it too. But this one's My Arcade Game, and the other one was Mini Arcade Classics.
Yes.
And this is Frogger if you want to compare the two for the size. I kind of like the Mini Arcade... My Arcade Game, the one that's Pacman, that's My Arcade, right?
Yes.
I like that one better because to me it's even more thick in 3D, but they both just look cool for 80s decor if you think about it. Like, they're just so cool. But the second one here was only $4 more. It's $24, the Pacman you just saw from My Arcade. And the Mini Arcade Classics go for around $20 for a good price. So $4 less, but the other one's bigger and more 3D. And the Mini Arcade Classics that you see in here with Frogger is the one that had the monochrome Pac-Man and the regular Pac-Man. So I don't know why people want monochrome. It doesn't make it as fun, as Gomez said. But it's out there, so be careful, because when you're buying the Mini Arcade Classics, it will say like Pac-Man in color, but then when it's monochrome, it doesn't say monochrome. It just says, like on Amazon, it just says Pac-Man. So we didn't even know monochrome existed. And if you read way, way down, it'll tell you that it does, but if you're not really thinking it's an issue, you don't think to look that far. Like I'm always saying, read everything, but we thought we knew what it was, because we already had Frogger, and it didn't seem like a big deal. And we got it, and it's all black and white, and it was weird, and like...
And it was strange because it's that principle of judging the book by its cover, because all those similar ghosties show up in different colors here on the edges of my game, as you can tell, and that those are the same colors that also show up ironically on the monochrome.
Yeah, the monochrome looks colored.
Yeah.
On the box and on the front of the game. So it's like, yeah, very misleading if you don't read the tiny, tiny, tiny way down print on Amazon. So they were cool, and we got a refund, sent it back to them. So we were going to review that Pac-Man. I kind of kept putting it off, and I was just like, eh. And I was psychic, I guess, because I knew nobody wanted to see that. If y'all did, I'm sorry. We didn't, so we sent it back to Amazon. But if you care about monochrome, we're not dissing you. We just didn't want it, and monochrome exists from Mini Arcade Classics on Amazon. So you have seen the Mini Arcade Classics with Frogger. We can link that below. And then this is My Arcade, which I prefer, actually, because I just think it looks cooler. And you, Gomez?
I agree.
This is at Walmart. It's probably online, too, but it's at Walmart in stores.
There are some advantages theoretically to the other one, like for example its on and off button are easier, you just press it and it starts, and the fact that it's supposed to be good for your vision, being monochrome and stuff like that, the other one. But
ours is already screwed, we don't care.
yes, as a practical standpoint, I do prefer my own Pac-Man. It really suits me well. It has the biggest Pac-Man.
So it has a bigger screen.
Yes.
Which that works for your visual.
Yes, it makes it more comfortable where I can see it and navigate it on time sometimes.
So if you're legally blind, you might like this game. It's doable.
Yes.